It is Hume Football time. The excitement of an upset, Ed, has got everyone talking in the magnificent veranda town of Lockhart. And a fellow who's not too far away from there and probably been doing some shopping through the week in that beautiful town is Phil Bouffler. He joins me now. G'day, Phil. How are you?
Morning, Wayne. How are you? I'm going well, thank you. Nice sunny day in the Riverina today. Had a bit of rain last night and sunny day today, so no frost. So, yeah, good.
Yeah, wonderful to hear. What's the talk like of the town? I mean, the red and blue, they must be just beside themselves there as they think about what could be.
Oh, they just take it in their stride a little bit, Wayne. I think they're pretty happy about it all. They had the ball on last weekend, so that was a big thing. So I think there was a few sore heads on Sunday in town. But I think they're just remaining a bit calm about it all. So it's a credit to the coach, really. So, they've got the kids are playing well. And, they're going really well. So, beating Gindra, everyone thought, wonder what that was about. Then they come up the next week and clean out Howlong, who are coming third. So this is just unreal. They haven't won by 2 or 3 points. They're winning those games by 6 and 7 goals. So I think he's tweaked his game plan a little bit, and the people have come on board with it. And they're all playing well. So when the young kids have got a bit of belief, this is what happens.
Yeah, great stuff. They're in 7th place. I want to look at the ladder because they're 4 and 5 behind Gindra, who are 5 and 4. And now, with their percentage at 122, they've actually got a better percentage than CDHBU and Gindra, who are just above them on the ladder. So it's a fantastic performance by the Lockhart boys.
It's an interesting thing. Like, you'd think that the top 3 would probably... I'm not sure about that. Probably at the end of the day, between, second, Holbrook's on 26... 8th is Brumbarrick on 16, so there's 10 points, 2.5 games in it, so anything could happen. I had a comment the other day, and a few people have talked to me about this, and they just said they can't believe, other than probably Osborne at the top who are dominating and the Murray Magpies at the bottom who are just sort of a little bit non-competitive at the moment, on any given day, the other 10 sides, any side could win. It's just a fantastic league at the moment.
Oh, it's wonderful stuff. Holbrook in second behind the undefeated Osborne, who are taking all before them. We'll talk about those canola paddocks this weekend and how many people will be parking in the paddock because there will be a massive crowd. But they are going beautifully. Holbrook, Howlong, Ramwell, Bundarywalla, CDHBU, Gindra make up the top 6. Let's have a look at last week's games and the amazing performances of the weekend. And the Culcairn Lions at home, 8-4 over the Billabong Crows, 6-9. And the Crows, I think, are going to just think about what might have been because they're just getting closer but not actually winning games that they need to.
They had a few at Culcairn, so that was a very good win by them. Their coach has gone for the year, so that was a great win at home by Culcairn. I would have thought the Crows would have probably won that, so they'd be disappointed with that, but very good win to Culcairn.
CDHBU took it to Brockburrum, but gee, the Saints, since I put that moz on them, I reckon they've won 4 of the last 5 games that they've played, and 10-9 to 6-10 to the Power. And I'll tell you what, the Saints in good form.
Playing well. I hear there's a photo of you in the Saints dressing room. They'll have a look at every day and think, well, who's this bloke here again? So anyway, Wayne, you've certainly pumped their tyres up. And but that's a huge win. Well, CDHB would be very disappointed. They should have won that game at home.
It got off the boil a little bit too, and they might need to get the power point plugged back in pretty soon. What about this? We talked about Lockhart, but let's review it. 11-9-75 to Howlong, 5-9-39. It's a comprehensive win from a side that was down by a goal at half-time, and in a third quarter kicked 5 goals to 1 to show the opposition that they mean business.
Unbelievable result. I was at the Heady game and I heard a bit of a whisper that Lockhart were in front, so I rang a mate from Howlong and said, he told me the score, and I said, no, you're fair income. He said, yeah, we are. We're down. And the thing about it is, Lockhart continued to kick away. So they're winning by 6 goals. Unbelievable effort, really, after the Gindra game.
Oh, it's a magnificent performance. This is a good set of players too. Grigg has been in good form, and we know this Tom Keogh can play, the coach. Will Keogh adds something to it. McDermott boots 4 and 3 goals to Jake Phillips. So they are around and up and about, and they've got some kids that are playing like Masterton, and they certainly have made a really good recruitment this year. Having a look at Henty, they're in a bit of bother because they played the top side Osborne 19-15 to 2-4 over those Pleasant Hills. It wasn't so pleasant for the Henty side when they were thinking about this loss to the old enemy.
Oh, look, I was never in doubt, really, Wayne. Osborne got off to a flyer and just kept ticking along. So they've still got a couple of people out, Osborne, so that's not their full strength. So, we'd have to be a bit, they could do anything. I think Hayden Armstrong kicked 11 goals, so unbelievable, really.
Oh, magnificent performance. He's got 39 for the year too, so he's in absolutely magnificent form for his Osborne side, and we'll talk a bit more about what form he'll need to be in for this weekend. What about these Murray Magpies? Took it up to Gindera, 9-12 to 17-10, and Troy Castles was in this Bulldog side, so they've got the win, but boy, you'd have to say that Murray Magpies' best performance of the year.
Best performance of the year. I think they had a few people come into the side, the Magpies. And but they sort of bolstered the ranks a little bit. But I think they were a goal in front of three-quarter time. And Gindera kicked 6 or 7 goals in the last quarter, just ran over them in the end. But they certainly put a fright into Gindera.
Oh, wouldn't it, Justin? What about round Walbundry-Walla? This was another big upset at Walbundry. Oh, the home of football in the Hume. It was over Holbrook for 8 goals, 6.54 to 4, 14.38. Bad kicking's bad football. Well done to the Giants.
Best win for the Giants for the year. This is another upset. So, I would have thought Holbrook, they made it their home ground last year. And it's the Walbundry Sports Ground, but not to be, and that's a very good win by the Giants.
Oh, isn't it one? Now, second half of the season, what about the rivalry games that we've got here? 3 in a row to talk about. Osborne play Lockhart in what is going to be a massive crowd at Canola Park out there. What is going to be a huge, huge game for Lockhart. Can somebody arrest this Osborne Tigers side?
I don't look, mate. I'm just looking around for the Hume League dartboard to do my tips this week. It's just unbelievable. It could be anything happening here, so I've got no idea what's going to go there. I think Lockhart will play pretty well here. They're up and about. It'd be hard to see Osborne losing, but just never know. So I think it'll be a close game.
You'd reckon it's going to be a beauty, Billabong. Crows at Oaklands. Host Henty, another ripping game of football. The Crows have got to win to get something out of this season. And Henty, of course, they'll want to come off of a number of losses and get a win.
They've got to win, the Crows. They'd be disappointed. They've underperformed, really, to be honest about it all. So they really need to win this game at Oaklands. Henty would be disappointed after last week's loss. I would expect, I would expect the Crows to win this game at home.
The Sandra boys will need to get cracking on it, that is for sure. Another bit of rivalry here. The Walla boys love beating the Gindera boys, and it's around Walbundry-Walla playing Gindera at the Bulldog Park. They'll get some pies at the bakery, and away they will go, the round Walbundry-Walla visitors.
Best canteen in the league, Gindera. They're a very good canteen down there. People have told me that, so anyway, that's not just my opinion. It's several people saying that, so well done to the canteen people at Gindera. Look, 2 or 3 weeks ago, you would have just said about this game, Gindera by how much, but after Walbundry's the Giants win last week, you just don't really know about this. So Gindera would be disappointed losing to Lockhart at home. It's a tricky one. Look, just on form, the Giants are a chance here.
I think they are a real chance, and I've picked them. Holbrook and City HBU. Time for the power to show up. It's a long road trip for the Corrine boys. Up the hill is going to be Holbrook for mine.
The power, they need to find a bit of power. They're not going so well, so Holbrook will be hurting after losing last week, so I'd expect them to bounce back here. I just don't think City HBU are playing well enough, so I think it's Holbrook at home will win this.
We're at home playing the Murray Magpies, and I think we should win it comfortably.
You'd think so. It's just on form. They're disappointing last week. How long? They've had a couple of their better players are out, but that's not an excuse really this time of year. Everyone's got players out, and you've just got to do that. Put players in who make the difference. So at this stage, I think How Long will be too strong. But the Magpies, they're certainly improving. So they're improving each week. So this will be probably closer than people think.
Brock Barham get Calcan in the final match at Brocklesby. Gee, this is going to be a good one too. I think the Saints are in good enough form to continue this winning streak and push for the finals.
Just on form, you'd think so. Both last round winners. Calcan certainly played well last week, but I think Brock Barham, that'll be another step up. So I just think that at home, the Saints will be a little bit too strong here.
Great round of football. It is the second half of the season. We've had the shortest day of the year, so you've been out there counting the sunshine hours, I know, because you want that crop to start growing, Phil.
Yeah, crop's going all right, Wayne, so just need to put a bit of urea out at some stage, but I got most of my spraying done, so got a bit of land marking, actually. So, waiting for my ear tags to turn up, which is a bit problematic. So, hopefully they might turn up today. I've got a bloke organised for Tuesday to come and give me a hand. So, hopefully they'll turn up soon. But, the crop's a bit of sunshine. I think it's going to be 16 or 18 degrees or something over the weekend. So, it'll be a great sunny day. So, it'll be a great weekend for football. And there's a couple of really good games. So, if you're sitting around wondering what to do with yourself, get out to a Hume League game.
Good stuff. Phil Bouffler talking Hume Football, the excitement of it all this year, and we'll catch up next week.
Thanks, Wayne.